Gun violence is taking a toll on communities across the country. I spoke with Newark Mayor Ras Baraka about how his city is taking on the issue. Take a listen. There will be a citywide peace march to end gun violence in Newark this Saturday. Mayor Ras Baraka wants Newark's business owners to close and join his efforts to create a safer city. Mayor Baraka took office in 2014 and was re-elected to a third term in May in a landslide victory. He's a Newark native with deep roots in the community. Now he'll take the lead, marching through each ward of his city with the hopes of ending violence not only in Newark but around the country. And the mayor joins us now. Mr. Mayor, thanks so much for taking a few moments. Let me just ask you real quickly, what do you hope to achieve with this march?
We, the same way we march against violence, police violence, or any other kind of violence in our community, we want to do the same as it relates to the kind of violence that is plaguing our cities and have been plaguing our cities for some time. It's really to raise awareness and unite the community and bring people together around helping law enforcement and other folks reduce violence in our city.
What's been the response so far from the community about the upcoming march? I know you've asked businesses to close down on a Saturday, probably not the easiest ask, but what has the feedback been, the general level of excitement?
Yeah, I think the people are excited. I mean, we've done similar kind of events before, but nothing this big and, this grand. And we expect a few thousand people to come out and be a part of this march. We're excited about weeks of activities that we're doing.
As the leader of this march and as the leader of this community, I know you see that there was a problem, obviously, not only in Newark, but around the country. But how big a crisis, as far as where you're sitting right now as the mayor of Newark, are you seeing this gun violence issue?
Well, gun violence around the country has peaked to levels that we've never even seen before. Some cities have record-breaking numbers of violence and crime years in a row. Fortunately, Newark was trending in the other direction when other cities were spiking in the wrong direction. It was this year that we began to see some levels of violence that kind of really frightened us, and we wanted to begin to jump on it before it got out of hand.
Can I talk to you just about some of the numbers that we have from the Newark police here? Now, compared to the same time last year, you've recovered 33% more guns, made 45% more gun-related arrests, recovered an astounding 220% more ghost guns. That, I think, on the surface, you would see as progress. Satisfied with those numbers?
Sure. I mean, what it says is that the police department is working and they're doing their job. They're not laying down. They've been great partners. The problem is if they're recovering those many guns, that means there are a lot of guns on the streets.
Well, that's the flip side of this. While shootings are down in Newark 35% so far this year, you've had 188 people that have been shot, 25 people killed by guns in Newark this year alone. Do you feel as though sometimes you're kind of swimming against the current?
Yeah, I think it's an intractable problem that we've been fighting for a long time. I just think we've been making great progress in Newark. We want to continue making that progress, and we don't want to take for granted these spikes that are happening. So we want to challenge it, meet it head on, and make sure we continue to go in the right direction. As long as these kind of issues exist in our communities, we'll have this violence and crime, and we need to fight it holistically.
And Mr. Mayor, is this march, is this a way of kind of staying ahead of this problem, keeping this on the forefront of people's minds, knowing that the problem exists, progress is being made, but you cannot end this fight now or anytime soon?
Absolutely. That's exactly what it's about, that communities have to come together and challenge these things that are going on in our community, challenge the violence, challenge the influx of guns, talk to people about doing things in the community differently, speaking to police, law enforcement, all of those things.
Quickly, back to the march here. How can people join in if they're not involved yet?
Absolutely. We're marching Saturday. We're starting in every ward. I'm beginning at Chancellor Avenue in Aldine at 2 o'clock in front of Weequahic High School. Anybody that wants to be a part of it can meet me out there.
And also, just some of I want to pinpoint and highlight some of the positives going on in Newark. I was just there 2 weeks ago with my son at the Prudential Center. I was also there for Pride Month a few weeks back at the LGBTQ Center in Newark. There's so many great things going on in Newark, and you got the VMAs that are coming back as well.
That's
so again,
right.
The worldwide spotlight's going to be on Newark. So I know it's important to you to make sure that everything is buttoned up.
Oh, absolutely. And we're excited about the VMAs. Thank you to those guys for coming back to Newark. I'm glad you had a great time in our city, man.
Yeah, as a Jersey guy through and through, born and raised in the Garden State, Rutherford, Hackensack, all around, and Mahwah is core. We want to see, obviously, every community in the state of New Jersey thrive. You're a third-term mayor. You won in a landslide victory last time around. There have been some buzz in some circles talking about maybe a potential run for governor at some point down the line for you. I know we all live kind of day to day here, but is that something that might interest you as we kind of look at your future down the line and project a little?
Well, I always tell people you can't start another game until you finish the one you're in. So I'm still the mayor of Newark, obviously, and whatever the people want me to do, I'm going to take that challenge on. That's for sure.
But you wouldn't say no if asked, right?
I haven't said no yet.
Mr. Mayor, we thank you very much for taking the time. Again, continued success in the great city of Newark, and good luck this weekend, and good luck along the rest of the way. We know you got an uphill battle you're fighting there, but we appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you. God bless.
All right, and the Newark Citywide Peace March is this Saturday, August 20th. Starts at 2 p.m. in the South Ward at Chancellor Avenue and Aldine Street. But residents can join in at several locations in each city ward. For more information, you can go to our website, cbsnewyork.com.